What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the newest Liam Neeson action film, Blacklight. Blacklight tells the story of Travis Block, a government operative coming to terms with his shadowy past. When he discovers a plot targeting U.S. citizens, Block finds himself in the crosshairs of the FBI director he once helped to protect. Whenever Liam Neeson does this type of film, I get excited because it is one of my guilty pleasure type of films. Whether you're talking about Unknown, Non-Stop, Run All Night, A Walk Among the Tombstones, Honest Thief that came out back in 2020. I think whenever Liam Neeson does these types of films, I get a kick of it. Sometimes you can have a hidden gem. So far, the only one that I think is really underrated and should be looked at more is Run All Night. I really enjoyed that film for what it was, and I think it's one of his most underrated action films. And I was looking forward to this film. It does reunite him with Mark Williams, who worked with him on Honest Thief, and I believe he is one of the writers of this film. The other writer who was a first-time writer is Nick May, which doesn't, when I didn't know who was writing this film. I only knew who the director was. I didn't know that Mark Williams was also one of the writers for this film. So going into this film, I only knew that it was from the director of Honest Thief, which I actually did not pay much attention the first time I saw it. But the more that I rewatched it, I actually had some fun with that film. It was really fun. So these two guys teaming back up, I was really excited to see what they would do with this film. This is actually the first Liam Neeson action film that I did not get to see any trailers for. Kind of wish I did. I think this film would have been a lot more entertaining if we had a blacklight shining in Liam Neeson's bedroom for 105 minutes. I think that would have been a lot more entertaining than what we got in this film, because the overall structure of the film is something that we've seen a lot, and especially with Liam Neeson, I feel like he's just typecast in this type of role. And when I saw that the film at the time, it had a 5% rating, I was a little heartbroken because I really thought Mark Williams did a really good job with Honest Thief. And so we were basically raging on Taken 3 territory, which is not a territory you want to be on. And this movie is relentlessly boring. There is hardly anything positive to talk about with this film. The only positive that I can say about this film is the fact that the action sequences in this film are actually well handled, like they were in Honest Thief. And I thought Mark Williams did a really good job of handling the action sequences in this film. However, this film gets so bogged down with so much unnecessary twists and turns, things that you can see and predict miles away. And this movie just had no sense of style. It had no sense of direction. It felt like it was going from one direction to another. We have Liam Neeson visiting his granddaughter and trying to protect his daughter and everything, and then we have another thing where Liam Neeson is trying to protect the person that he once protected. We have that subplot, and then the thing that he's involved with, and it's just a convoluted mess. This film feels like it was taking a lot of different plot points and just putting it all in and throwing it into a bucket and seeing what sticks. It's just a convoluted mess. I could not get into this film at all. Usually whenever a film, especially a film like Moonfall, I'm able to sit down on my seat and just have a good time and try to enjoy it the very best that I can, even if I'm relentlessly bored. With this film, I actually had to sit back against the wall and just put my feet up on the chairs and just relax and feel like taking a nap, because this movie had no sense of style. Nobody was really likable. There was no sense of direction. I felt like Liam Neeson was just phoning it in and getting a paycheck in this film, because it just felt like it was just lackluster, and it did not work for me. There are moments in this film, especially towards the end, that are just rapidly just ends, and you just don't feel like you have enough closure. It felt like they were just trying to rush the ending, and they didn't know how to end the film, so they just stuck this really obnoxious ending that just went by really quick, and they just brushed through a lot of things and it just didn't work for me. I wanted to love this movie, even if it is, to me, even if it is a guilty pleasure genre to me, because when you get Liam Neeson in one of these action films, it is a genre to me. We have another one coming up in late August called Memory. I thought we would get a trailer for that film with this film, just like we got a trailer for The Marksman when Honest Thief came out. So I assumed we were going to get a trailer for Memory attached to this film. Unfortunately, we did not get that, but I'm hoping that film is better than this film, because this film is just a pile of junk. It is something that I wanted to enjoy, just shove popcorn in my face, but there was just nothing entertaining about this film. Sure, some action sequences are great, but it just felt like Liam Neeson just did not have it in this film. It breaks my heart, because I really like when Liam Neeson does stuff like this. It's borderline Taken 3, and it was just convoluted. Overall, I didn't enjoy this film. I wanted to enjoy this film as much as I possibly could. I wanted to shove popcorn in my face and just get lost in this nonsense action film that you're probably going to forget in like 15 minutes after you watch the film. But with this film, it is definitely not one of the films that I'm going to be rewatching. It is not a film that I'm going to be advising anybody to see. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and give Blacklight a 0.5 out of 10. I think the only thing redeemable about this film is just the action sequences. I honestly do think the action sequences in this film were well handled and they were well done. It was just a lot of convoluted things that just didn't make any sense, that I just wanted to get lost in this type of film. But what did you guys think about Blacklight? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What is your favorite Liam Neeson action film? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think. And if you like this review, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on more reviews. Click that bell button so you don't miss out on more reviews coming up. And until next time, this is Josie Reviews.